Hello, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here, and finally told you I'd get to it. A bit late, but I still got to it. My top 20 songs of 2021 finally here. Now, I'd like to say this year has been one of the best years for music. Genuinely, some great releases this year. Who Am I by Pale Waves, Sour by Olivia Rodrigo, Trauma Factory by Nothing Nowhere, Our Band Apart by Third Eye Blind, all those albums, very good releases, not a single bad track on any of them, and simply put, this year has been great. So, it's finally time, let's go through it, my top 20 songs of 2021. Number 20 on the list, we got the song Male Fantasy by Billie Eilish. Now, this album was surprisingly good. I wasn't actually expecting to like it at all because I'm not a big Billie Eilish fan, but this album, and especially this song, seems to have a cool vibe to it. I really like the lyrical content. I think it's one of the best songs she's written personally, and all these songs you should just go listen to. I can't explain shit very well. So yeah, I like this one. Number 19 on the list is the song PMA by All Time Low featuring Pale Waves, and Waves being included on this was a big I love it personally. I really like Pale Waves, as I've mentioned, and I think it really suits this song. I'm really happy with this. Number 18 on the list is the song Sticky by The Main. Probably the catchiest song on this new track. It's a very great melody, a very dancey beat, great drumming by Pat Kirsch, and I really like it. Number 17 is my favorite song off this album, the album Sob Rock by John Mayer, and of course the song is All I Want Is To Be With You. Now this song kind of gives me a bit of a throwback to 70s ballads, 80s ballads, like Restless Heart and Kenny Loggins, and the song that this reminds me a lot of is the song All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You by Heart, which is one of my old songs I used to play a lot at my gigs, and it really, I think, pays homage to them, and there's many influences on this album. I think he said himself that one of his biggest influences on this album was Steve Lukather from Toto, and you can really kind of hear that in some of these songs. So, very good song, very good album. Number 16 is the song Orwellian by Manic Street Preachers. When this song came out, I wasn't expecting it because James Dean Bradfield released an album last year, and it actually had one of my favorite songs on it, which was the lead single off of it. And Orwellian is really interesting. I really love the lyrical content of this song, and the melody is very complex. I mean, Manic Street Preachers probably have the best lyrics out of any band of all time, and they're very good at what they do, but they've been around for so long and survived so much. This has a lot more of a modern sound compared to some of their other releases over the past couple of years. It reminds me a bit of Queens of the Stone Age, actually. I heard somewhere that Bradfield said that Joshua Homme's lyrics on Songs for the Deaf was one of his biggest influences on this. So yeah, Orwellian by the Manic Street Preachers. Number 15 is the song 10 for 10 by Magnolia Park. Now this is one of my favorite songs of the new return of pop punk type movement that's going on at the moment, and I'm really happy with it, because I'm a big pop punk fan, but I was a bigger fan a couple years ago, and there was a trend about 10 years ago where people tried to, there was like Knuckle Puck and Neck Deep, who are a great band. I love them, and stuff like that, as well as probably the biggest band from that era was probably the band Man Overboard, which I love Man Overboard. I think they're amazing, and I really like some of their songs, but 10 for 10 by Magnolia Park is a very cool song. It's I actually found it from a trend on TikTok where it's like, oh, this dude, I'll get a hip hop beat for you. It's like, no, I'd rather get onto that. And it was a pop punk song, and it was really cool. And this dude has a great voice, has a great sound. A little bit pitched, but I like how it's done. You know, I don't like that it's just straight auto-tune. I like that it's kind of a bit somewhere, you know what I mean? And yeah, I really like it. Number 14 on the list is the song Love Race by Machine Gun Kelly featuring Kellen. Sleeping with Sirens, which is Kellen Quinn's band, as most of you would know, used to be one of my favorite bands. I used to own the CD for Let's Cheer for this, and you know, I really liked it, and I really liked the song Alone that actually featured MGK back in 2013. And I loved this song when it first came out. You know, so cool with the melody. You know, the little da 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 at the start, which is kind of a half rhythm, but not in full beat. You know what I mean? So I really like this one, and I recommend everyone go listen to it. Number 13 is my favorite song from this album, who is one of my favorite bands. The song Only Money by A Day to Remember. A very sad song, genuinely, about how Jeremy McKinnon's grandmother passed away right after he had welcomed in his first child to the world back in 2017. And, well, you know, this song has some very, very deep lyrics talking about, you know, how he used to watch The Sound of Music with her, her and his mum, and she would sit at the piano and sing her songs, and, you know, it's a very sad song, and I think it's a very, very haunting ballad. Number 12 is the song IDGAF by As It Is, and this song, when it came out, straight away shot to the top 5 of my favorite songs of this year, and I really like the song. I think it's, I mean, As It Is in my top 5 favorite bands, or possibly in the top 6, who knows. And well, I just think this song's very good. There's not really anything I can say about it that hasn't been said already. It's one of the biggest hits of this year. Number 11 is the song Go On Then Love by The Main. I'm sorry everyone, I don't remember the featured artist. No, it's true. And, well, I love it. It's amazing. And I think it kind of signals the return, you know, of this kind of EDM type sound. And I really like it, you know. Once again, not much I can say about it because it is becoming a big hit. Number 10 is Death Wish by Nothing Nowhere featuring Stand Atlantic, or it might be the other way around, I'm not too sure. One of my favorite songs from this year, and Stand Atlantic is a band that I found this year. They're from Australia. The singer's name is Fraser, and they're very good. I love them. They're very, very good. Now, this song I found from the radio, and I was like, oh, it's cool. And like, the verse started where Joe starts singing, and I'm like, oh my god, Nothing Nowhere's on the radio. Wow. I remember years ago, that would have never happened. You make my head spin. Genuinely a super catchy artist. No, I skipped number 9. Number 9 is the song Tomorrow. I was very surprised when this came out, and I enjoyed every song on it. You know, you got the singles, you know, Change, you know, you've got other songs like Wish You Were Here that should have been on this list. Actually, if you wait a bit, honorable mentions. But I think this song is very uplifting and very, you know, life tries to drag you down and stuff. It reminds me a lot of high school, you know, and it gives me that kind of vibe, so I really like the song. Now, number 8 is by one of my favorite artists, probably my favorite breakout artist of this year, and slowly becoming one of my favorite acts ever, is Favorite Crime by Olivia Rodrigo. This is a beautiful, beautiful song, and this whole album is very, very well put together, very well produced, and very well written. And, well, there's once again, nothing I could say about that hasn't been said. It's the biggest album to come out this year, so I'm just gonna not say much about this one. Number 7 is the song Buck by Nothing Nowhere. I think this song is very, very, like, haunting and very sad, but, you know, with the context of a lot of his songs, it also brings a bit of an uplifting type vibe to it, because he is such a great lyrical writer, you know, and he is just so good at what he does. So, you know, I take a bit of solace and a bit of hope from it. Number 6 is Upside Down by Nothing Nowhere, which actually, if you would have asked me 6 months ago, would have been my favorite song to come out this year. I love this song very much. It's just so good. Alright, let's go to the top 5. Let's do it. Number 5 is the song Dust Storm by Third Eye Blind. I really like this song. I think I read somewhere that Brad wrote this song, and I really like it personally. You know, I think it's got some very, very nice melodies to it. Very complex melody to it, actually. And I've tried to learn this song a few times. I can't really figure it out because it's very complex. But, you know, it's one of the best off of this album. And this is a very good album. There's a lot of people that didn't like it, but I think it gives a very good vibe. I like it a lot. Number 4 is the song Pieces of You by Nothing Nowhere. This song just brings me so much happiness and so much, you know, euphoria. It releases a lot of serotonin every time I listen to it, and it's a very sad song, but God, it sounds so happy, and it's just one of those songs that everyone just gets up and dances to, you know, and it's become probably Nothing Nowhere's biggest hit, and God, it deserves it. It is so amazing, and there's nothing more I can say about it that hasn't been said. I know I keep saying that over this, but it's just the truth. Please go and listen to this one, it's amazing. Number 3 is the song Box of Bones by Third Eye Blind. Now, this is... Okay, for some reason, the video capture didn't pick up this part, so I'll just tell you this. The number 3 song is the song Box of Bones by Third Eye Blind, which was the lead single from Our Band Apart, which was their album they released this year. And it's my favourite song off of the album. I really enjoyed this album, and this song has some really nice melodies to it, and you know, you can tell the song's good when even your mum enjoys it. And trust me, she doesn't enjoy that many songs that are modern, but she really liked this one, and I love the harmonies in it, and I love the melody in it. So yeah, I recommend everyone goes and listens to this. Neck. And Church has been one of my favorite underground indie bands, EDM bands, for a long time. I used to listen to their song called The Mother We Share back in like 2017, I want to say, which was a long time ago. And I loved it, you know, and I really liked that song. But this song just kind of took me off guard. I heard it in like a EB Games one day, and I'm just like, what is that? And I recognized the voice. And I put it on Shazam, and I was like, oh, it's Churches. Of course it is. And, you know, it's... I mean, this album has become one of the most popular, you know, EDM albums to come out this year. But I love it. You know, I think this is such a cool album. And the album's kind of aided by the... inclusion of Robert Smith from The Cure on what track was it? On the track How Not to Drown, that one, of course. Now this album is kind of aided by the fact of Robert Plant's Robert, please go listen to it, everyone. Alright, everyone, tired of them. So we've got FYM and High Diving. We have Crave, Love or Chemistry, Exile, Pain Place, Barely Bleeding, and Real by Nothing Nowhere. We have Lips, April 7th, as well as we also have Pretender, and Love in Real Time, Dirty Pretty Beautiful, Face Towards the Sun, and of course Anxiety in Real Time by The Main. As well as Vu, all from Olivia Rodrigo's Sour album. In the honorable mention, songs such as Precious Metal Girl, Blue Dream, I Need Some of That, All the Good Ones, especially All the Good Ones actually, and The Ed Game by Weezer from the Van Weezer album. The song When You Know by Neck Deep, the acoustic version. You got Worth It by Boys of Fall, and I really like that song. And well, there's a few songs that didn't quite make it, you know. I really liked the 1st of October album that came out this year. Of course, you got Time in Disguise and When You See Yourself, Are You Far Away, and The Bandit by Kings of Leon. Of course, Crush by Brighton, beautiful song. And again by Third Eye Blind. So those are the honorable mentions. Sorry that there was so many, but this has been a very good year for music. Now, number one, come on, we all knew this was going to be number one. Losing Patience by Nothing Nowhere. I don't even have to go into this one. I've talked about it in depth on Twitch. I love this song very much, and I'm so glad that it's nominated for a Grammy. It's amazing. I love it. Losing Patience by Nothing Nowhere. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next year. Bye-bye. So number 2 on the